Hello, so today I'm going to be showing you on how you can self-pollinate your own pepper plants at home. So if you guys are like me, I like growing my pepper plants indoors. In the UK, the weather is not the best at times, and peppers tend to grow a lot better when they're either in a greenhouse or indoors in the UK. The downside of that is they don't actually pollinate when they're indoors. Even though peppers are self-pollinating plants, sometimes they don't pollinate because of the lack of the wind, lack of bugs and insects, and the lack of bees transferring the pollen onto the stigma. Like I said before, these are self-pollinating plants. In the flower itself, it's got these little things around the edges, which are the stamens, which I've got the pollen on. So if I was to touch the end of the stamens like this, I will have on my finger, as you can see there, little bits of white stuff, that is the pollen. So that pollen has to end up on the end of the middle bit here, that's the middle bit that sticks out, that is the stigma. And that is where the pollen on these stamens basically contact the stigma, and then that's just what then helps it pollinate to create a pepper plant. So the first way we're going to make it so it's going to self-pollinate is by shaking it. Because it's inside, it has no wind, so because it's so close together, all the stigma and the stamen, if you shake it like this, just a light little shake, the pollen should then fall off the plant and then hit the stigma. What I can recommend is, if you remember to do this every day when you can see the flowers going, is start shaking it like this, and this will help the pollen reach the stigma to create the plant. Now the second way we can do this is with a cotton wool bud. It's a little bit more time consuming, but you're going to be a bit more accurate in actually pollinating the plant. So all we do with our cotton wool bud is simply rub it on the edge of the plant where all the pollen is, like so, and then rub it on the stigma. Carry on and do it to the other ones as well, so all of them are all pollinated. Like I said, this one's more time consuming, but it's more accurate on getting the actual plant pollinated. And try to be gentle as you can as well. Don't force it too much, because you don't want to end up damaging the plant. And also step 3 is when you've got days like this where it is really sunny outside, just put it outside in the garden for a bit. It will help it pollinate, because obviously the nature is doing its thing. So yeah, that's the 3 steps that I can recommend on how to pollinate your little pepper plant. But before I end the video, I just want to say, if you've got multiple different pepper plants, don't cross-pollinate them. Only pollinate the plants that are the same. So obviously we pollinated this plant, but if I had a different pepper plant, I wouldn't use the cotton wool swab that I've used to this one to pollinate the other one, because you could potentially cross-pollinate them. So try not to do that. That's what I've got to say, is don't be too rough with the plant, don't shake it too much, don't cross-pollinate it, and basically have fun, and then hopefully they'll end up with nice little peppers on there.